everyone and welcome back to another video. Let me start off by saying full apologies for not uploading for a while. I've been really busy and I've been umming and ahhing about whether to carry on with the channel, only because it's one of those with this channel. Basically I just want to make sure when I'm doing it I'm having fun. It's not to be taken seriously, and I don't know, just like, however, it does kind of feel a bit defeated when YouTube sort of like won't promote your video that much unless you pay them to, which I'm not doing. So some of my reviews can be really get decent views. Like, I'm quite happy if I get like 100 odd views, but then some of them are just getting like sub 50, and it's like, so it's one of those where I am going to be doing videos again still. I'm just not going to be. I'm just not fussed about getting them out as soon as we get the figures. However, so this one is not a review. Obviously, if you've seen the thumbnail, it is me and Nathan reviewing his top 10 picks of Transformer figures of 2025. So we obviously had Age of the Primes and Studio Series. So what qualifies for this? It's figures that have been released or reissued in 2025. So Nathan does have a couple of other figures that he did get. For example, he got this guy, but obviously he wasn't. Even though he got him in 2025, he is not a 2025 figure. So it'll be mostly things that were released or reissued this year. So let's start off with number 10. So kicking off the top 10, number 10 is Primer Prime. Nathan, talk us through why.
So pretty clean design,
Yeah.
Not awful, not amazing. Like it's top 10, but not like it's not like as good as number 1 spot. It's not the.
He's not even your highest Prime, is he?
No.
No. So we've got probably 2 more Primes in here. I think you guys will probably guess who those are. But yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, he does look good, and do you like his alt mode?
It's alright.
Yeah, I think he's one of the stronger of the Primes. Actually, we've got 4 Primes. 4 of the Primes in this. But yeah, he is one of the stronger ones, but he's not, like you say, he gets into your top 10, doesn't he?
He barely makes it, but he still makes it.
He barely makes it. I do like his sword. I think that's a bonus, isn't it? Okay, so that's fair enough. Yeah, I kind of agree with Nathan. I think he's one of the stronger Primes in terms of overall. He's a pretty solid figure. I do like his design. Bit plain, bit bland in terms of colouring, but I do like the little highlights of blue. Obviously, if you saw our review, you can always check that out. But yeah, pretty decent start. Let's get on to number 9. Now, number 9, I would say for me personally, is quite controversial, but you've put like Megatronus so low down.
I know.
What's your thinking behind?
Better than Primer.
Yep.
But then I got some other figures I really do personally like for some reason.
That's
but,
fair enough.
It's difficult to rank these sometimes. You're like, oh.
Yeah, it's one of those where even though like it took us about half an hour for Nathan to really sort of like, and his things changed up and down so much. But I was quite surprised that some of them that he wasn't up higher up. I personally would have put him higher than some of your other ones. I think your top 10 is good. I just might have changed the order of him, but yeah, Megatron, he's so cool. The fire effects, you can again the shoulder cannon. Apologies if you see any mistransformations. This is not a review. This is just going through our favourites for this year, and I've not really gone through and made sure they're all properly transformed. I think, yeah, he's so imposing. He looks really good with the other Primes, which is what Nathan's got to display. I might do like a little pan shot of his display at the end. But yeah, really cool. And I agree with Nathan. He's definitely top 10 worthy. I would have had him a bit higher. Moving on to number 8. Again, for me, another slightly controversial ranking. Again, I definitely agree. He is 100% a top 10 figure. I would personally have had him higher. But Nathan, go ahead. What do you like about this figure?
I love the Centaur. I love how it's like a Lionel from Zelda.
Yes, that's your fit. That is Nathan's number one thing. He's always like, it's like a Lionel. It is like a Lionel, and I agree. Yeah, it's very similar, isn't it?
Also, it just looks like what a centaur will look like. You can see aspects of. I don't know what I was going to say there.
I think the wings also help because it gives them a bit more like, almost. It's probably not a really word, but epicness. Like I don't know. They just seem to add a bit more to him. Make him a bit more majestic, or
opposing and all that. Like
yeah,
big centaur rushes towards you with these giant wings.
Yeah, he is really cool looking. Again, I'd probably have him higher, but again, I 100% agree. He is definitely one of the best figures of this year. Moving on to number 7. Okay, so of course number 7 is the aerial bot leader, Silverbolt. So not so much. What's your thinking for this one? It's not so much a bot mode. This one, it's because he's a Concorde. Nathan does like his planes. He loves Concorde and stuff like that. You'll see a similar reason why one of his other choices was in there, and it was a last minute thing because I forgot that it was a reissue from this year. So one of the other jets, which was Ramjet. He was in the top 10. He's now been relegated out of the top 10 for another bot. But yeah, his reason for Silverbolt is just simply because he's a Concorde. Now again, I would probably have I would have still put him in the top 10. I agree with that. I just think he's much lower. I think Onyx and Megatronus are much better. But Nathan's passion for planes and Concordes and other stuff overridden that, which is fair enough. It is his top 10. But yeah, I like his. I do like his Concorde mode. I actually like his spaceship mode more than I thought I would. And so he does that. So that's what gets him into the top 10 for me. I always liked Silverbolt anyway. I had the original aerial bots. But yeah, so that is number 7. Moving on to number 6. So coming in at number 6, we have Superion. Now I know some people have got their opinions on the frame combiners, but I personally love them. I think Menasor was really good, and I think Superion looks fantastic. I will do a review of the other 2 aerial bots since he is now complete at some point, and then maybe a full-on Superion review at the end. But Nathan?
Yeah, I would say pretty cool. Again, the frame just allows it to not look really clunky. It allows it to look more screen accurate.
Yeah, and I think it gives him that. It's one of those where you can almost get away with not having every piece, which is fine. I like that idea. I also like. I think he's a bit more. What's the word? Articulate. Articulated. Not articulate. No, he's not articulate because he doesn't speak. Because he more. I think gives him a bit more articulation, which you always want in these sort of figures, don't you? Especially when you're paying a lot of money for it. But yeah, I am a massive Superion fan, and he just looks fantastic, especially in this on the camera. He looks really cool on the camera. But yeah, it's again, I understand people's thing about the whole frame thing, but I personally think it works really, really well with Superion. So moving on to number 5. Okay, number 5, Star Optimus or Star Convoy. I think I'm going to call him Star Convoy. I don't think he's Star Optimus Prime. He's Star Convoy. Nathan, I'm going to be a bit controversial here. He wouldn't have got into my top 10.
Really?
No, I'm just not impressed. Obviously, you do like your Titans, but anything else you want to...
Right, so I do like him. The shape of his winter shield, that's interesting as well.
Yeah.
And little golden parts in between. I mean, it's basically a big Optimus Prime with fancy other parts.
I mean, I'm glad you like him. I was not impressed.
He's not that big for a Titan.
He's not. I wasn't impressed with him. I think he's a bit too. He's almost like my first Titan, like really chunky. He's chunky, which is good, but he doesn't feel like a premium.
Also, he's like up to like the shoulder height of other Titans. Not even that for Maximus.
Yeah, but again, I'm not I don't think that doesn't bother me as much. I think he just looks a bit boxy. He looks a bit like, But anyway, again, this is your top 10, so that's absolutely fine. Personally, he wouldn't have got into my top 10, but I can understand, again, you've got your reasons. He's an Optimus Prime. You always love an Optimus Prime. He's a Titan. So Titan, Optimus Prime. And I get it. He's a very different looking, well, I say different looking. He almost is a regular looking Optimus Prime, but at the same time, a little bit different, yeah. Again, I prefer him. I think I would call him Star Convoy rather than Optimus Prime, but that's what it is. So moving on to number 4. So number 4 is the second combiner on this list, which is of course 86 Devastator. Not many 86 entries in this year, even though it's been quite a decent year. There is an 86 figure that he is getting at Christmas. That is technically a reissue, and because he hasn't got it, he probably would get into his top 10. I think it would do. But anyway, there's actually probably 2 figures that probably will get into your top 10. But they're after Christmas, so we might just do like a little collection update round about then. Anyway, 86 Devastator, Nathan.
I don't think there's much to say. He looks screen accurate.
Yeah.
He's big, he's opposing.
Yeah.
He looks like Devastator.
Yeah, he does look really cool. Individually, I don't think many of the, kind of like the aerial bots in one way, not many of the Constructicons really stand out. I've not done a Mixmaster or not Scrapper. I think it might have been Scrapper actually. No, Scrapper's the first one, isn't it? What's he's called now? The digging this one. I forgot what his name is. Oh, it's not Scrapper.
Is it Hook or Long?
No. Long Haul and Hook. That's Hook up there. Long Haul's the body. Scavenger. That's it. Because I always get mixed up between Scrapper and Scavenger, but Scrapper is the like the cup thingy. That goes like kind of like a digger, yeah. And he's more like the excavator, is it? This one's more like the one that moves rubble. That's Scrapper.
Yeah, whatever.
And Scavenger this one. Yeah, anyway, and then you've got Bone Crusher there. Yeah, I think individually they're not all that great. I will do a review for these two and a proper Devastator review at some point. Like I said, I'm just not rushing into these things anymore. But yeah, I this was like, in our reviews, I sort of say this was the reason to get them all. They're quite weak bots, but together, I think he looks fantastic, and I'm very glad. He'd definitely get into my top 10 as well. So let's move on to the top 3. So, number 3, we have Studio Series 86 Megatron. Yes, and now, again, I would 100%, I'd probably have him higher, but I understand Nathan's next 2 ones. What an absolute fantastic figure this is. Nathan, your thoughts?
He's literally been pulled out of the cartoon, full stop.
Yeah, he just, I know his tank mode isn't that great, but who has him displayed in tank mode? Who'd have him displayed as a gun? I wouldn't, not when he looks this amazing. I understand, again, you'll see on we've got the live stream on there, which please, if you want to watch it, you do. I've put timestamps in so you skip most of it because we had audio issues, didn't we? Yeah. But yeah, I understand the criticism on this and the tank mode, but overall, I think he's a fantastic. Like when you look at pretty much all of Nathan's stuff is displayed as bots, and yeah, it's just fantastic. So yeah, I definitely agree. The next 2, like I said, these are definitely Nathan's choices. So let's move on to that. Let's move on to number 2. Yes, it is another Studio Series figure. This was a set that was reissued probably actually early this year, I think it was. Yeah, or maybe late last year. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. And it was sort of a really weird thing because it's the Revenge of the Fallen set, and I don't know how we got into the conversation, but obviously Nathan was talking about jets and stuff like that, and we're talking about Transformer jets. I think we saw someone else's review of it, and Nathan's like, "What? Wait, hang on a sec. Which figure's that?" And I know In-Demand Toys have recently got a load new stock of this, and they were only 50 quid, and it really annoyed me that, because I paid 110 for the set. So it did kind of annoy me, but this was Nathan's birthday present. Nathan, go ahead. Why is this in your top 10?
It's just amazing. It is the Blackbird, just right there. It looks almost real if you didn't count all those gaps in it.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a Transformers toy. It's gonna have some imperfections.
Yeah, you're gonna see some little compartments and
But
flaps and stuff. You just love it, don't you? Yeah.
It's a hypersonic jet. It's cool. That's why. That's why
this is number 2 of the year. So again, this is the one that pushed out Ramjet. Ramjet was much lower. He wasn't number 2, but this was when I said, "Oh, I forgot. This is technically a reissue because it came out as a set, didn't it, with the Optimus Prime and the RCs, which are not that great." Especially the RC and the other we weren't that. But this is what Nathan really, really wanted. So, he was buzzing to have this. We've never transformed it. This is one of the very rare occasions where he has a transformer that he doesn't transform.
Yeah.
The same with his Dreadwing, which is the stealth bomber. I think we got a Megatron, didn't we, as well? Where's the Megatron gone? Is he on your desk still?
Which one?
The stealth bomber Megatron. Hang on one sec. He was on your desk. Yeah. We also picked up. This is from In-Demand Toys. We got it for 20 quid on In-Demand Toys. So again, like I said, this is when it comes to like bots and beasts. When it comes to planes and beasts, Nathan very rarely, if they look really good and he really likes them, he rarely transforms them into the bot mode. Other than that, any other thing, it's in its bot mode. So that is our top 9 so far. Of course, you want to see what number 1 is. It is a reissue. I want to see if you can guess what it is.
Probably already can,
yeah. Yes, I am going freehand for this, so apologies for any wonkiness. Yeah. Number 1, if there was any doubt for anyone who's been watching this channel long enough, Nathan's favourite thing is Titans. He loves his Titans. And of course, sometimes you might have seen this little guy in the back, this poster, because he does love his Godzilla. So a Titan Transformer that looks a bit like Godzilla was always going to be his favourite. This is one of your holy grails, isn't it, Nathan?
Also, you can swallow stuff if it's really, really small.
Yeah. This is not a review, but yeah, that is one of Nathan's favourite things, that it can swallow stuff. Yeah, this was definitely one of Nathan's holy grails. The only other Titan he is after now, just so you know, we've had to move some of them over here, and there's some under the bed as well, because there's just not enough room for that many of them. Which is the only other one that you'd want, Nathan? Tell everyone. Which is the only other one?
The only other one I want, I thought you said it already. Metroplex.
Metroplex. So Metroplex is the only other holy grail.
I don't want him. I need him.
I am praying that 2026 Hasbro re-release Metroplex, and then we do have the other. We have the Armada Metroplex. No, not Armada. Cybertron Metroplex, and he does like that one, but we want our boy. We want
them fight.
And have them fight. On the display. Again, he has another Titan coming for Christmas that would probably get into his top 10. But yeah, this is what he was absolutely desperate for, and he's proudly on display here on his Titan display. Definitely one of the we had to retire some Titans under to his bed because this one took up so much room, and he definitely wanted. Apologies again for showing the room, and it's a bit of a mess. But he's a teenage boy, and I've moved stuff around to do filming. So that is Nathan's top 10 Transformers of 2025. Thank you everyone for watching. I promise I will get some reviews out. We've got Alpha Trion, my Cronus. My thingy fell down. some Superion stuff and some Devastator stuff. If you've seen anything, we will do a collection walkthrough, probably just after Christmas, so between Christmas and New Year, because he'll have lots more stuff then to show off. And we will, I said, well, yeah, we'll do a collection update around about then. I will try and have some other videos up and then. Until then, guys, have a great time, and hopefully, I don't know, great time. I was going to say have a great Christmas, but it's coming out in October. A great Halloween. Halloween for all those who will be celebrating it, and, whoa, sugar. And for those who celebrate Bonfire Night, have a good and safe Bonfire Night as well. Anyway, guys, I will see you all soon. Bye.
Bye.